your boy Cass here. I wanted to go over a quick tutorial on how to play Bellona. Um, I know I haven't made a videos in a while. I've been a little busy for the past month, and then Thanksgiving just passed, and Christmas is coming up, so it's been pretty hectic. But I plan on making a bunch more tutorials for you guys to know how to play gods. I know you guys like watching them apparently, so I get some likes here and there, and it really helps me out. So as long as you guys like the content and like the videos, I'll keep making more, and I actually enjoy doing this, so it really doesn't bother me to keep making more for you guys. So I wanted to go with Bellona since I've been doing a lot of warriors lately, and as I said before in my previous videos, is that I love warriors. I'm a huge warrior fanboy. So I wanted to go on pretty much the popularest warrior, the most popular. I made that up, popularist, but the most popular warrior, which is Bellona, and probably the best warrior. So let's get right into it. This is, by the way, a solo lane build. This is not a jungle build. A lot of people don't jungle with Bellona in competitive play anymore. She used to be, but she's still really good in the jungle. Just if you pick her, 90% of the time is going to be for the solo lane. So we're going to cover the solo lane build for Bellona. We're not going to cover the jungle because jungle doesn't really happen that much anymore. You still can, like I said, but it doesn't really happen. So, warrior tab eye, first item. That's a standard. I like to go into a Rune Forge second item. Basically, it gives you huge health, it gives you tons of protections, and it gives you more physical power. I mean, more physical power based on your physical protections. So 15%, which is actually in the end, after having the rest of your physical protection items, it equals to a pretty decent amount, maybe like 20 or 30 extra power. It's decent, but this is such a cheap item. It costs like 2,000 gold, and you can get it really quick, like around the 10-minute mark or faster, assuming how good you farm and like what you're happening in the game. A lot of people still like Mail Renewal. Mail Renewal just recently got nerfed. Let's go to it. Mail Renewal is now 220 health instead of 300 health. So for 2850, you're getting a nerfed version of Mystical Mail. I used to get Mystical Mail on Bellona, but it really is not worth it anymore. Mystical Mail is one of those items you get to dominate the lane. So like early on, you get it and you get to push the creeps back and you take control over your lane. But you can't really, like, I mean, you can still do that, but you don't. It's not needed. It never was needed. It's just a bully item, and now that it's nerfed, I just don't see a point in getting it. Especially on Bellona, who her wave clear is already good. So, third item, that's obvious. It's a Frostbound. This is the staple item for warriors, well, most warriors anyway. You want to have Frostbound at all times. This helps you stay on your target, so you don't lose track of them. They can get away from you and stuff. And fourth item, I like to go Mail Renewal. Mail Renewal is OP right now because you gain 15% of your maximum health or in mana over the next 5 seconds when you get a kill or assist on a god or objective. So you're just so much sustain, so much sustain. You can swap out Mail Renewal for the sixth item I like to get, which is Height of the Urchin. These two are situational. Like, depending on which one you need, go into the other. Like, if the team is heavy physical, just get the Mail Renewal. If the team is like a mixture of physical and magical and you're having problems with the mage or somebody and they're blowing you up, get the Height of the Urchin, fourth item. The reason I like to go Height of the Urchin as sixth item is because even with 0 stacks, it is still really strong. And the fact that by the time you get the sixth item, you're still going to be doing tons and tons of team fights. And every time you get an assist or even a kill, it's going to give you that stack. So even in all the team fights that you're going to be in, like at the 35-minute, 40-minute mark, you're going to get stacks really fast. So say you're in a team fight, you get 4 kills. Your team gets 4 kills, not just you, but your team gets 4 kills, or even a D side. That's 5 kills, 5 stacks. Even at the 45-minute mark, you're still going to get stacks. So always, like, you can get a fourth item, like I said, if you need the magical protections bad. But if you don't, then just get that. Also, another thing, instead of getting Mail Renewal, you could also replace Mail Renewal with Spear Robes if you're getting blown up and they have a lot of CC. Like, for instance, they have Krakens, they have a Loki maybe. Anybody with any kind of hard CC, this way you get the damage reduction off of that. I would still go Mail Renewal. It's just too good right now, even after the nerf. And the last item, well, fifth item, but I already covered Height of the Urchin. Fifth item is Executioner, just so you can have that extra pen, so when your auto attacks are on people, you can actually make kills, right? Like you need to be able to stack up the Executioner and be able to drop somebody. It's not really needed. You could build more tanky, like a fifth tanky item, but you know, you shouldn't need that much. Let's just put it that way. Actives, obviously you're gonna get the teleport. That is the staple of the solo lane. So you can rotate anytime you need it, etc. Now this active is situational. Your second active is always situational. I like to go into, the majority of the time I like to go into an underworld. Because the reason why I like the underworld is because when I hop into team fights, I am super aggressive. Like I'm like the all-in guy, right? I like jumping in Roma and Victor over the top of the front line into the back line and just blowing people up. So I like being that front line. I like being that initiator. Shield of the Underworld lets you initiate a little longer because when you pop it, people don't want to auto attack you, which gives you a chance to stick onto the target and just really wreck them. You can also go into a shell. I mean, if you want to go into a shell for your team, it gives you more protections. It gives you, damage taken is reduced by 15%. That's really good. So you got to talk it out with your support. See what the support wants to do. You could also get a Heavenly, which is a movement speed buff for your entire team, and you're also reduce. It makes you immune to slows. I mean, you can go into that. You could also go into like a weakening curse if they have a hell or something. Like there's just different things you can do. But just make sure that Shield in the World is always on your mind, like especially if they have like a really good hunter, and the hunter's building like double crit or triple crit or anybody like that, where you can really get on him and he'll blow himself up. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for the build. That's the staple build right there. Just a quick word about the jungle build. If you're going Bellona jungle, I know I said I wasn't going to cover it, but I'm going to just say this. Itchavel is your friend. Itchavel is really good for Bellona, especially in the jungle. It gives you that extra stopping power, that extra penetration. So, I wouldn't get it as solo, but you can get it as jungle. So we're going to go into it now on tactics. Basically, Bellona is initiator. She's a damage dealer. No different than any other warrior. So the tactic is you're going to run in. You're gonna look for an opening. You're gonna initiate the fight, right? You're gonna start smacking somebody, right? You're gonna keep hitting them, and then you're gonna, team fight, right? I mean, what is there to really cover that I haven't covered in my other videos? Like, Bellona, the reason why she's so strong is because her bludgeon does so much damage. Like, look, I'm tanky. Watch this, bam. Like, it just does so much damage, and for each enemy god hit, it does more damage. Like, she's just so powerful for someone who's so tanky, So, say there's a huge team, the whole team's right there, you're getting ready to initiate. It's your job and the support's job to jump in there and initiate. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go run it up, you're going to roll and Victor in. You're going to drop your hammer, bam. And you're just going to stick on the mage or stick on the hunter. If you're on the mage, you can just use your bludgeon, keep hitting them over and over again. But if you're on the hunter, especially the hunter, your job as Bellona, oh my god, like, eat the hunter alive. Like, you have anti-hunter tools. Like, you have shield on the underworld. You can pop your shield on the underworld when he's hitting you, be all over him, right? Then you can shield bash, start whacking him. He's slow with frostbound, right? He's slow with frostbound. You're beating the shit out of him, right? You're hitting him. His attack speed is slowed. He's slowed. And you're blocking like every third hit or whatever. Every third auto of his, you're blocking. If you, for whatever reason, you're having trouble, you can just arm him. Now he's disarmed for 3 seconds. Like, Bellona makes Bellona makes hunters so miserable. You take them out of their comfort zone and you just completely get up in their face. When I play Bellona, I usually try to aim for the hunters. Like, most warriors go for the squishies, which is hunters and mages, etc. I mean, if you see an opportunity to get on mage, by all means do. But the hunter will hate you. Believe me. Your entire kit revolves around making hunters miserable. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Your 3 is a disarm. And it also heals you on every third hit. Your bludgeon hits everybody. Giant AoE. And your shield bash is a slow. Does a little bit of damage. And for every 3 hits you do, it blocks an attack. It blocks the next auto. Right? But pretty straightforward. You can see why she's so anti-hunter, right? She has the entire kit to shut hunters down. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. You have a teleport, so you can teleport to any ward on the map. Make sure you're calling out with your team. You know, I need a ward here. Ping it if you have to, and then or drop your own ward, and then you can teleport in. Like, say you're in solo lane, you can teleport for a Gold Fury. You can teleport for a rotation. You can teleport for anything. That's why teleport's so needed on solo laners. I always get it on solo laners. It's huge. So that's pretty much it for Bellona. I mean, nothing really. Straightforward. Straightforward warrior. No different than Chalk. No different than Tyr. All the other guys that I covered. Just bam. Uma at the end. Hit him, hit him, hit him. Disarm. The only difference between Bellona and the other warriors is Bellona's kit, like I said, it focuses around making hunters miserable. It also focuses around team fights. Like her Eagle's Rally, which is her ult. It's a leap. It does 500 damage. It gives you 35 protections. It gives you 50 power. This is to your entire team that's standing around it in a big AoE, right? And it lasts 10 seconds. So it's huge for team fights. It also stuns when you hit them in the middle of it. So you can stun like 3-4 people and then have this gigantic AoE buff, kind of like Isis, right? She has that giant buff on the ground where she gives people healing and whatever. So you can jump into it and you receive a buff. It's kind of similar. So it gives you power, it gives you protections, etc. So you just initiate with your ult. You just get up in the middle of the fight. You hit people, like 2 or 3 people with your bludgeon. You're just all up in their face, disarm, slow. And you just, like I said, that's all there is to it. I mean, it's no rocket science to play Bellona. She is one of my favorites. Just because of her kit. It's so much fun. And for the fact that she has so much damage for such a tanky god. She's a tanky warrior, but she's so good in terms of damage. She's like the #1 damage warrior. Put it that way, in my opinion. She blows everybody out of the water in terms of damage. Anyways, if you have any questions, leave the question in the comment section, and I will get back to it as always. I always try to make sure that I answer all questions asked, except for troll questions. If you're trolling, obviously I'm gonna delete the comment. But if you're legit and you wanna talk about something, you have an opinion or anything, then I'm always open to talk about it. I love to talk about this kind of stuff and get you guys' opinions, and if you need help, I'll be there to help you. So. Like I said, leave a comment in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos, and I really appreciate the help. Thank you all so much. Bye.